Don't get me wrong.
How's everybody doing today?
Okay, we got Wilsonville Nissan, Jay and Rick.
Hang loose, everybody.
My name's Jay, this is Rick, and this is the first time that we've been here to do this part of it. We missed last month. It looks like everybody's kind of gleaning off of everybody and learning a lot of different stuff. And a little bit about Tonkin Wilsonville Nissan. It's a destination store, so we have to be really tight on our process. We're kind of regimented on that. There is really no other way. We're on a ship and it's sailing one direction, and you're either on it or you're not. But that's just the way we do business there. We have a process for our meet and greet. We've got a process for the trade appraisal. We have a process basically for every step of the way. You guys talked earlier about management intervention. We do that as well. It's part of the Cardone training. So that's really, really important that we get that upfront greeting from the boss. He's going to reiterate what we started, you know, to tell the person in the beginning when they first walked in the door. When it comes to the training aspect of things, I do the training as well as Rick. And we do a weekly training, and we're doing it from 9 to 9:30. I'm kind of liking the 8:30 thing. I think that's something that we might implement there. We do a weekly training of something that we really need to touch on. We'll do it 2 weeks in a row, and then skip down to something else. And that's dictated by the managers that are in the box. That's not us. We're just regular sales guys, and we just kind of go with it and just kind of make it what it is. You know, we kind of know what the guys are going through out there on the floor, so we kind of curtail it to, you know, some of the different things that they're going through in the training spot.
Okay, so we have 3 desk managers right there, and then part of the process that we do is we lay out ahead of time what we're going to do for them before they leave, get them a price on it. Some of the Cardone stuff that's been put in, but what we've expanded upon with the GE University is bringing them back in before we even go out and sitting down and asking the 3 deep questions and getting them to relax.
Yeah, it's been.
And then one of the other things is the process that someone had said that you do it daily or you need to do it 21 days. What we do is we do it usually for 2 weeks on the same exact thing. I train, then Jay trained. And then at the end of the month, we'll sit down with our managers, and Damien he's our training manager basically, and Casey's our OLM, and then Bruce is our new car manager. But what happens is the managers will ask them, what do you want us to focus on next month? So they see that people aren't doing their trade appraisal up front, or they're not doing their manager intervention or whatever. What we do is we have feedback on what we're going to do, and then me and Jay are on the same exact page. Just like when you have something that you communicate to Cameron, you know Cameron's going to do what you want him to do. That's where me and Jay's job come in. Okay. The other thing about the process, we're very regimented, and we are a destination store, but one of the things that we use, a prop that I think would help all the stores, we have like a little board right here showing
sandwich board.
The sandwich board, which is going to show the pencil that we're going to bring out to everybody. Okay, this is like I told you before, I'm going to get you the price on it, yes, our discounts, show you some optional products. What happens is we put all 4 of them out. We put the Gap, MaxGuard, Clear Bra, and maintenance in it. Exactly what you said over there, the more that you have, and if they kick it, at least you're going to get maybe 2 out of 3 or 1 out of the 4. But what happens is that one customer's like, yeah, I'll take everything. Damn, you're happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the biggest key from being sales guys, like you said back there, you're kind of like the liaison between the managers. If you can make your managers get up every time to do that intervention, okay? What we do is we go by and we give them it's the old Cardone, sorry, coffee's catching to me nervousness, but you know, it is what it is. If they will get up and reiterate what you said, the process is so much smoother. And then also we have our finance guys, they're like trolling, like sharks in the water. They're just listening to what we're saying, verbiage and everything like that, to mirror what we are telling them when they go in there. Jimmy knows, he works with us too. I mean, we try and just take it.
Another thing about the finance part of things, so when you lay this pencil down, you go over that, and if it's a used car, you still have your product in there, then we have the V Auto script underneath that, and then we have the Kelly Blue Book underneath that too. So we all have our justification. So when somebody comes at you and it's just not something that they want a lower price, well, we're justifying with V Auto right off the bat, right there at the desk, so we're not messing around going back. I call it the walk of shame. When you got to get up off your desk and go back to the manager's desk, and you go back and forth, to me, it's just taking too much time. I mean, we're able to roll our numbers too, so we know what our product's worth. We know what our payment's at. If they want to get down, so we know what for every $1,000, around $15, kind of do some quick math and just roll our payment down. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
You know, instead of getting up and going back and forth to the managers, we've trained our sales staff to roll numbers
Yep.
and to understand they don't have to get up, to stay in that box a little bit longer.
You gotta dig a little bit longer, and
Yeah.
also if we have all that information ahead of time when we go out, we don't have to do that walk of shame.
Yeah.
Well, this is what, you know what, this is what Auto does. We do
Had
a
one
market
yesterday.
analysis.
I had a number one, the Mustang that we had on sale was number one in Viato. The gentleman asked me for a discount. I said, well, why would I give you a discount if I'm number one? You're right. You're right. That's what he said, and it was real simple. I mean, not all the time you are number one. There's a little bit of justification there if they want to drive 500 miles away or something like that. That's where it's at.
And the biggest thing that I want to talk about with everybody here is, with us being a destination store, we have an appointment process, and it works. I swear to God, it works.
Nice.
And the way that we have to go about doing that is, once we make the appointment, we take a copy of it, print our little print tag up, we go and give it to our manager. Cameron would call about an hour before they're going to be there, just to put another name to the face, tell them on the reader board they're going to see their name, and then we'll have the appointments up there for them. So what it allows them to do is, check this out, we're taking the time to help you guys, and when you're here, we're going to be ready for you, and you got to do what you say you got to do. That's the biggest thing when it comes to accountability. These programs right here, you know, I've got a couple good deals that I've already written down right there, and I'm sure Jay is, and we'll talk about it when we get back with Damien.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing, yes, you've been in the car business for a long time, and you want to continue growing. They brought some things to the forefront that I'd never seen in the D. You know, the 3 deep questions. Well, me and Jay were already kind of doing it in a way, sitting down at our desk, because we have to watch the floor. But helping the other guys get there where they get that control of the customer, or perceived control, works. And it's only through following the process.
The 3 deep questions help build that rapport too. You know, and that's what we really need is, I always, when I do my training, I tell the guys, you know, try to, you know, understand what they're all about. I mean, find something in common. Because if you don't find something in common, it's not a friend presenting the numbers when you have to do that. If you can break down that barrier, because they're coming in with barriers, you know that. If you can do that and find that something that's in common, it really does help out, and those 3D questions do help out, so. That's
Questions?
what I got.
That's what I got too. Questions for me?
Your interview process, is that done, being a destination store, because we're kind of similar?
Yeah, you know, we started implementing that the first time that I sat down in the class with them. They talked about doing the interview, and we're strictly Cardone is what our training schedule. So it's the meet and greet, it's information overload, and then it's interview process. That's where we stuck it in right there.
You do it inside?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do it
yeah,
inside.
sitting
Yeah.
at the table
Yeah.
and spending 10 minutes with them at least.
Sometimes it's not always possible, and you got to do it out there. But the majority of the time, it's done inside, and I think it fits really well at that point in the process. You can invite them to the desk, you can offer them something to drink, whatever you want to do, and you just start asking them questions and start to get to understand and build that relationship. That right there is gold. That right there is what a lot of
Sean, I think Sean Alderman? is
Yeah,
that him?
yes.
Well, that's where we just got that from, absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's really nice.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and again, he was talking about the process in the appointment process.
Yeah.
If it's a phone pop, we have a process for that. If it's a lead that comes, we have a process for that. And it usually go back to the desk managers. You let them know that you got that and you logged it in, and then you print out a paper that says reserved. You know, and it has their name and the salesperson. I take that and I stick it on the windshield, put it in our appointment line, so when they come and they're already seeing their car, they walk in, they see the TV screen with the appointments that are loaded up on the screen.
Yeah, this is what we brought from that.
Yeah.
I just want to say that the interview process, I forgot about it, but when it's actually slowed people way down, and I think our appointment is really showing it way up.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, no, it works for us. Our store is, again, it's kind of unique where we're at. We're right next to Audi, and we're off the beaten path. So Viato becomes really important to us because we have to be priced in that top 10%. If we don't, we can't draw people in. So I just say that in my script when I'm telling you, hey man, I got people driving by on I-5 all day long. They get home, they get on the computer, and they look at prices. That's what you did, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, you're here. Why? Because I was priced right. And when they want a discount, I'm already shaving that down. I don't have to, I don't have to go back and say, oh well, they want more price where we're at.
Yeah, price is already out of the equation. But the biggest thing is he's a little bit more military, I'm a little bit more fun-loving type, if you will,
Yeah,
when it
that's
comes to
for
training.
sure.
Which is true, okay? What's up, brother? You know what I mean? Okay? But when we keep saying the process, we have a process for everything in place, and then what we do is we try and concentrate on 4 a month, whichever one we haven't excelled at, we use that one in the next month, and then keep going over it, and we're constantly role-playing and stuff like that because it works.
We get slow times in our stores too, and we're doing product demonstrations. We do Max Guard, Clear Bra. We're doing all those demonstrations, and it's nice when you can have somebody just flop over on the first pencil, but that doesn't happen all the time. That's why knowing about your pencil, knowing how much your product's worth, and you taking it out and just staying in the box and rolling those numbers and just getting the circle and sign before, instead of going back and forth, it works out really well.
Are you dressing up your cars in the showroom too?
Not necessarily. We do with the Clear Bra, and we do a Max Guard demonstration on the shore. But as I went to a store, I think it was a Honda store. They had kayaks on their stuff. Man, they were looking sharp. I mean, I like
Shit
that.
on the car,
Huh?
the stuff you put on the car.
Yeah. With Max Guard Clear Bra, I spray paint the hood of the car, and I go through the demonstration.
Part of our job to
single
show
time.
everything.
Every new car and every used car. There's not a car that goes by that we don't.
Is there anything that you preload your cars with on the used side?
Well, VSC, on the first pencil, it's going to be VSC, depending on the year, whether it's going to be Max Guard and stuff like that, but it's usually VSC and maintenance or something of that nature.
Nothing's packed in the car,
Yeah.
Alex. The new cars.
Preload.
Preload, nothing's like.
Preload. Okay, well,
been selling it.
there's all-weather mats and locking wheel nuts on every single one of them because it rains a lot. You want to ruin the carpet, and we make sure to divulge that ahead of time. When you said about leases, having lease care
That's
and
how it
maintenance going out, that's when we go from a sale to a lease, that's what gets our averages higher.
Yeah.
And you just
Lease
gotta fight
pays
for it, because people are, like the comfort of being able to just pay for the lease, not have to worry about getting warranty. Well, you're gonna do your maintenance anyway, show them the amortization table. That'll increase your,
Everything's worked out for us. It's working really good. Doing this kind of stuff and training, getting groups is kind of new for both of us, but, we've gleaned a lot from a lot of different people. We have 2 gentlemen back there that are probably training all the time, like they're saying, and there's a resource there for us. And being part of the D organization now, we're so regimented and strict on Cardone that we're learning other stuff, which is nice. And, this is gonna take a little while for us, but we'll get ahead. We've got some great mentors here too, so it
yes,
works out well for us.
exactly.
Well, thank you. Any other questions for him? All right, nice job, guys. Let's give him a hand.